Hey there, TGG folks. Good to see you again in another video dedicated to the lineups on the new map, Pearl. This time we'll take on our favorite agent at TheGlobalGaming, and that is obviously Killjoy. So subscribe, like, and let's get down to the content. As usual, we will start with attacking lineups, specifically with a post-plant Nanoswarm for the A site. Aim just left of the inner corner of the pillar above you and line up your crosshair with the line as we did. Perform a jump throw, and you have your post-plant Nanoswarm all set up. Our next Nanoswarm lineup will be for fast A site pushes. Stand in this corner by the vertical orange strip in A main. Aim just above the top right corner of the furthest away spotlight, just as we have. Remember to throw this lineup as soon as you are near the spike site to have the best effect. Let's move on to the mid with a Nanoswarm from A Art. This one will punish any defenders that decide to play aggressively. To perform it, you need to go behind the bench and aim into the corner where the two metal beams of the dome meet, just above the pattern section. Then all you need to do is perform a jump throw and voila! Any agent peeking at A Art will regret it real fast. Next up, we have a Nanoswarm lineup for the back of mid doors, and it will prefend the defenders from peeking in this area. Stand against the right side of the archway leading to B club. Then aim at the back left corner of the roof opposite, just like we did, and perform a jump throw. Moving on to B site, we will start with the Nanoswarm lineup for B screen. This is one of the safest lineups to throw on this video, as players rarely smoke this area. However, it's also one of the hardest lineups we have for you today, so pay attention to how we do it. Aim your crosshair above the third roof tile from the chimney, and then line it up with the corner of the tallest part of the chimney. Look how we did that. It requires a bit of precision, so you better practice this lineup before going on ranked. The lineup will force enemy agents out of B screen, meaning one less angle to worry about when pushing onto B site. Hey, it wouldn't be a TGG video if we didn't do another post-plant lineup, right? However, this one is a real bomb. It's another safe lineup that will work perfectly for defending a planted spike. You want to aim your crosshair at the light on the metal beam above, just to the right-hand side of it. The lineup will land on the ground just by the default plant position. And although it looks as if it doesn't cover the corner, it absolutely does, as you can see in the video. If you place two Nanoswarms like this, it's GG for the enemy team. Alrighty, attacking is not the only thing we do in Valorant. The defending side is also a thing, especially on Pearl. Defending A site can be super hard without knowing the right lineups and strategies, so let's start with that. Here we have a great setup that covers A main as well as the spike site. You'll want to place your alarm bot on the close corner by the entrance, and your Nanoswarms on the default plant position and the choke point by the A-link entryway. And for the turret, we recommend to place it on the front box of A cafe, so that it has initial contact with the enemy team pushing A main. And our second setup for defending A site is great to stop enemies rotating through mid connector or mid plaza to the spike site. Place your first Nanoswarm in the middle of the floor on the corner and your alarm bot behind the two stacked boxes. Once you do that, place your turret on the two stacked boxes and jam your second Nanoswarm on the stairs. This way you will delay a push after the enemy team shoots your turret down. And if you expect the enemy to push through A Art, you better practice this setup. It's very similar to the previous setup, maybe just a bit more aggressive. You'll need to place the alarm bot directly behind the two stacked boxes, and the first Nanoswarm directly in front. Your second Nanoswarm, on the other hand, should go at the top of the stairs, and we'd recommend you to put your turret on the brick pile. If you cover mid plaza as Killjoy, you've just gotta know this setup. Start with placing your turret on the box just as we did. Then use your Nanoswarm for this corner, and your alarm bot would go here, on the left side. For your second Nanoswarm, throw it behind the barrel on the boxes behind the door. This will still hit enemy agents coming through the door, and trust us, they won't see it coming. Alright, we'll end this video with two setups for the B site. Start by placing the turret on the end of the B tower walkway. This way, the turret will also watch down B link, meaning you are covered from both sides. Then place the first Nanoswarm in the corner on the default plant position. The second Nanoswarm should be in the B hall entryway, which will also cover behind the two stacked boxes, which enemy attackers might use for cover. Lastly, the alarm bot should be right here in the corner, ready to pounce. And for our last setup, let's go with something that will prevent an attack for B link. Alright, so your turret goes in the same place as the previous setup, with your first Nanoswarm just below it. Your alarm bot should be close to the right of the doorway, by the generator, where enemies can take cover. It will also spot anybody pushing through the B-link entryway. And then, your final Nanoswarm will be in the middle of the B main choke point, just in case of a two-pronged attack. Alright, that was it for the best Killjoy lineups on Pearl. If you main this skillful German engineer, be sure to also check out our other lineup videos for her, as we've covered all the maps. Yep, all of them. Plus, we have a lore video dedicated to her, so if you're interested, dig into our channel and enjoy the content, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.